Hello and welcome to the weekly Parashat pointers. We're in Parashat Azinu and we're analyzing the Parashat to learn how we could raise our children in the best way possible. Parashat Azinu is the song that Moshe Rabbeinu wrote at the end of his life. It's really the song of our past, our future, and our present. It's an unbelievable shirah that teaches us a lot. One of the lines in this beautiful parasha is Yator kamata likhi tizal katal imrati kis'irim ale deshe or krivivim ale aiseb, which means, may my discourse come down as the rain, my speech distill as the dew, like showers on young growth, like droplets on the grass. So the Or HaChaim HaKadosh really analyzes this pasuk as it referring to the teaching of Torah and the giving over to our children the yoke of Torah, of mitzvot and learning. And he says something very beautiful over here. Just like Hashem makes little droplets, that's kirivim, on the baby grass, because if you're going to put too hard rain on baby grass, the grass will be decimated. So he puts just little droplets to feed that little grass so that it will grow. And he has showers, heavier showers, for the stronger grass for it to grow. So too, when we give over the mayim, water, Torah, to the children, to people, you have to know, if they're young, if they're soft, they can only handle a little, you got to give them a little bit of driplets of Torah. But if they could handle more, give them more. It's got to be at their level. This is the lesson that he learns from here. And he says even furthermore, that if a person could do more, he could handle showers. He can handle more, but he only takes those little droplets. He's going to be held accountable because he could have done more. We have our children. We have our precious, precious, beautiful children. This is a very important lesson this week. In Pirkei Avot, it says that there's different ages for our children when we're supposed to teach them different things. It's found in the 5th Perek, the 21st Mishnah. It says age 5, they're going to learn Mikra, and so on and so forth, all the way up to the end of their lives. What are you supposed to teach a person per age? You see from there that that's not applicable to teach everything at every age. As parents and educators, the key to raising successful children is to ensure the Torah directives that we give them matches the ability they possess. At the same time, you know what happens when you overwater grass. You ruin it. If you give too little, it dies. We want to make sure our children have just right water. We don't want them to, chas v'shalom, get drowned, or chas v'shalom, that their spiritual growth should cease to exist. If a child is overburdened, if you put too much on him, terrible. He's not going to be able to handle it. He's going to feel inadequate, unsuccessful, and eventually he's going to throw off the yoke of Torah. Nobody wants to be unsuccessful. But you could have done it right. You could have done it right. Just give him the right amount. He'll feel good about himself. At the same time, if he's under-challenged, it's also just as bad. A student that's under-challenged, he's not going to enjoy learning Torah. It's boring. That's just as dangerous. He doesn't get that excitement, that what we call the geschmack in learning. So why would he want to continue? So this is like a very big job for every parent and educator to know that right amount. I'm going to give you just a little bit of an example. Yom Kippur is coming up. Now, if you take an 8-year-old child and you make that kid sit from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, and he can't do it, and he doesn't feel good about himself, and he feels unsuccessful, you just set him up for failure. He doesn't like Yom Kippur, he doesn't like the experience, he doesn't like praying. But if you find the right amount, 2 hours, let's say, he does those 2 hours, and that's the right amount for him. He feels good about himself. He grew. He did the right thing. He was successful. That's called chinuch. It is so vital that we understand this important lesson. They are forming their image, these children, of what Judaism is to them. If we set it up wrong, that image will be a terrible image. If we do it right, it will be a great image. Shabbat Shalom.